Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome to my channel. As we get closer to the end of 2025, I thought it was a really good time to do a review of my makes from this year. You may have seen a couple of them before. Some of them are very recent. I will link all the patterns below as usual, and if I've got any relevant videos that relate to the garments I've made, I'm going to link those as well. And as usual, we will have a catch up at the end because I want to talk to you about the new year too. Let's begin. So I'm going to start with the assembly line balloon skirt, which I made really early this year, and I am wearing the version that I made in navy cotton poplin. I actually made it to wear to my son's graduation. I'm just wearing it with a simple crew neck and some gold heels. I found it was really easy to make. I've lined it in self, so it's also lined in cotton poplin. And I'm 5'5". How much I'm wearing heels now? I'm 5'5", and I took about 2 inches off the actual length because it was a little bit too long for me. And then I've also made it in a colour woven stripe without the bubble hem detail, and I've put a really deep facing. You can see I put a deep facing on this version, and I've paired it here with the Sistermag Halter top that I've made quite a few of, and you may have seen those before. And I've just got a little bit of footage now to show you of me actually wearing this when I was on holiday. The top's actually made in 100% cotton waffle. Next ensemble, same top that we were looking at with the full skirt. So again, the Sistermag halter top, but I've made it this time in cream cotton jersey, and I've put fringing trim on the ties, and I've paired it with the Sistermag Longuette skirt. I will have mentioned this skirt many times before because I think it's a really great shape. It's really slim and really fitted, but you can still walk in it. It's got a split up the back, and very simple to make. It's actually unlined with a simple waist facing and centre back zip, fairly deep hem. I've hand sewed the hem and then a back vent. I have made it in this fabric, and I've made it in 100%, no sorry, this is about 96.4 cotton lycra cotton sateen that I bought from Higgs and Higgs. And here is a little bit of footage when I was in America again earlier this year of me wearing both of these skirts and also this top. This is the printed version of the skirt, fabric from Goldhawk Road actually, and the jersey wrap top. And then I have paired up the plain white skirt with a really simple black cami. So you might recognise this next one from when I was on holiday in Greece, and this is a Butterick vintage pattern, and it's from the mid-40s, and I've made it here in 100% cotton leopard print, and it's studded up fabric from Walthamstow Market. It's a pretty easy pattern to put together. You can make it as a halter like this with a bare back, or you can have this filled in with short sleeves. This is a double layer. This is a double layer. I put side pockets in it as well, and it was just really quick and easy to make. I'll show you some footage in a minute of me actually wearing it when I was on holiday, and I tried to match the sort of the linear style of this animal print, but it was great to wear somewhere really hot, and I managed to roll it up quite small and air it out so it wasn't too creased when I was away, because that's always the problem when you're on a boat. So this was quite a hit for my summer holiday this year, and I will be making some more this year, probably next year rather, 26, probably in Liberty prints for when I go away again. I did show you this in my sailing video for the summer, but you can see it's such a great shape, and even though it's from 1947, I think it's absolutely timeless and an incredibly versatile style. So this is another Butterick pattern, the waistcoat B6901. It's actually a waistcoat and a trouser pattern. The trousers are not from the same pattern. These are from an old wide leg trouser pattern that I had with and it's got an elasticated waist. But this waistcoat is from the Butterick pattern. So I've made it in, again, dead stock fabric from Walthamstow. It's a cotton twill with a wide colour woven stripe. It's fully lined in 100% cotton, and it's got mother of pearl buttons. It's got the tie at the back, and I wore this a lot during the summer, just like this, without a vest underneath, also with a vest underneath if I wanted to wear this open, or a sort of a long sleeve sort of fitted t-shirt. So I wore this a lot over the summer, so it was quite a hit. And if you like waistcoats, I have got a video just dedicated to waistcoats. It's basically a pattern review, and I will link that below. So next up is the Trend Patterns tie front shirt. It's also a dress. I've made the shirt version. I've left the shirt collar off. I've just got the collar stand quite simply. I've chosen to put the tucks at the back instead of the centre back pleat, because I wanted a more fitted shape. And I've also made another version. This was my first version, so this was kind of my wearable toile, and I have actually been wearing it. And then I did say, I think on one of my videos, I was going to make this, and it's a wool cashmere, really beautiful lightweight wool cashmere, and it is sleeveless. It's not that I haven't finished it, it hasn't got sleeves intentionally. I've put an inside binding on the armholes. It will have buttons when I get them tomorrow, because I want to wear this over Christmas. So it's kind of intended as a layering piece. I'm thinking I'm going to wear it with leggings and long boots, and maybe a really fine knit long sleeve top underneath in the colder weather. Then when it gets warmer, I can just wear it as is. So this is the Trend Patterns tie front shirt stroke dress. Okay, more from Trend Patterns. If you watch my show regularly, you will know that I love the drop shoulder coat. So this is a jacket version that I made really early this year, actually, in fabric that I bought from Rainbow Fabrics the previous year. So yeah, and it's a really lovely 100% cotton drill in this animal print. I lined it with 100% cotton poplin, and I've worn this a lot. An awful lot, actually. I'm going to put it on for you. Let me do with my microphone. I hope I don't get interference. Let me just put it on. So it's actually, the pattern is unlined, but I've made a lining pattern for it. It's really quite simple. You can use some of the existing existing pieces, and I think it was just really the front I had to make a separate piece for. So it's hasn't got any fastenings intentionally. It's very simple. It doesn't need it because it's kind of like, feels like it's double-breasted. It's got inseam pockets, just a really simple shape, and I have worn this to death, and I will be making more from this pattern next year, absolutely, most definitely. So this is the Trends pattern drop shoulder coat in a cotton drill from Rainbow Fabrics. So 100%, if you watch my channel most recently, you would have seen these trousers. These are the Vikisews Tasha trousers. They are extremely wide-legged, and I'm only 5'5", so I've taken a good inch off at the hem on either seam, the inner seam and the outer seam on the legs, because they were just a little bit too wide on me. But they are a really nice, easy silhouette. They've got a faced waistband, waist, so you don't have a waistband. I've just got a concealed zip at the centre back, so they're really clean. I don't like extra bulk, especially around my stomach and my hips. I like a really smooth line, but I really like the wide leg. I didn't make the waistcoat, by the way, but it's just an absolutely perfect match. So I'm just wearing them together. So these are the Vikisews Tasha trousers. The fabric is a cool wool, again from Walthamstow Market. I think it's probably about 70-30 or 80-20 wool polyester, and went together really well, and they're just a really useful piece in my wardrobe. Okay, so these are another pair of trousers from Vikisews. They're the flannery trouser. So I actually simplified them a bit. I just really love the leg shape, and the fact you've got this crease down the centre and front back of the leg, and they are wide without being super wide. So they're supposed to have a fly front. They've got a shaped waistband. I eliminated the fly front and I put a concealed zip in the side, although I'm going to make another pair and I'm going to put the zip in the back because I feel a bit conscious, and I think it might sort of spoil the shape just on the side here. But I think they look okay. I am pretty pleased with them. I've made them in a lightweight wool. I think it's 80-20 wool polyester. They've actually got a really fine pinstripe on them. And again, as I said, I just love the creases front and back, and I just think they're a really nice silhouette. So these are the flannery trouser from Vikisews with an adaptation, losing the centre front fly, and just putting the zip in the side instead. This is another recent make. I can come a bit nearer the camera. This is the Arc Allegra jacket that I was making very recently, and I was talking about it and it was on the stand and I hadn't quite finished it. Well, I have finished it now. I love it. It's made in M. Rosenberg's fabric. It's a tweed with a little bit, I don't know if you can see, it's got a tiny bit of black lurex in it, so it's really lovely. And I lined it. That's right, I hadn't finished it last time because I tried to line it in stuff and it was too bulky. I lined it in a lightweight silk, the same silk that I lined my Chanel jacket in, and I bound the seams, and I also added a chain to the hem in the same way that I did with my my Chanel style jacket. It's lovely. I love this sort of blouse on effect with the tucks at the back. It's just really easy. I've got a really nice finish on it. I make sure I use my tailor's clapper on the seams, and it's lovely. And this will be being made in some other fabrics as well next year, so I'm quite excited about this shape. I just really like it. The only thing I haven't done is put a fastening there. I think I might get some kind of flat hook and bar fastening just to keep it there, but I haven't worn it yet. I haven't worn it out anywhere yet, and I want to sort of wear it to see how it feels, to see if I actually really need that. I suspect I probably will. So yeah, this is the Arc Allegra jacket. Last but by no means least, this is my Chanel style jacket. You may have seen the video I made very recently when I finished it, and it was a long time in the making. I've made 3 videos, 1, 2 and 3. The first one takes you through choosing a pattern and the toiling, and then I talk about the fabrics, and eventually number 3 is the finished garment, and it was my cat, hello. And yeah, so I've just really, it's not a full video of how to make a Chanel style jacket, I should say, but it's a guide, and I used the Susan Caljay pattern. That was my starting point, but I have done some research on other patterns like this, so if you watch that series of videos it may help you if it's a project that you want to do. I made it using couture techniques. I'm very happy with it. I've worn it a couple of times. The only thing I would say about this fabric is it does pill a bit, and I have caught it because it's a really open weave, so that is just something to watch if you're looking at fabrics like this for this type of jacket. So there ends my makes of 2025. I really hope you enjoyed seeing some of my makes from this year. I would have had more to show you, but I had a bit of a technical catastrophe in that my overlocker got jammed, and it would appear that the timing's gone and the loopers were jamming, and I don't know how I managed that. One minute I was overlocking my flannery trousers and everything was beautiful, and then I started making my black shirt, the trend pattern shirt that I showed you on the stand, and I threaded it and had to rethread it and it jammed. And I've only had that overlocker, it's a Singer Heavy Duty, I've only had it since February, so I had to track down a repair person, and even though I live in northeast London, they're few and far between, so I've got to wait till January. I'd planned to make the flannery trousers in denim, the fen shirt, and also a swing kimono jacket as well by So Different to go with the flannery trousers I made in the grey. They're not made, they're cut out, they're prepped. I've gone as far as I can with them without overlocking. You spend a lot of time making things. You don't want to, I think they're a bit compromised. You don't get quite a good internal finish if you zigzag. And I don't necessarily want to bind the seam. So anyway, sorry, I'm going on a bit. So I had less to show you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I did have to show you. The other bits I'll show you in the new year. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for watching. The channel's growing. I think I'm up to about 11,000 subscribers, which is brilliant. And I also wanted to ask you, is there anything that I don't do on this channel that's fashion and sewing related that you'd really like to see? Is it technical? Do you want to learn more technical things? Fabric sourcing, how to put outfits together, researching trends. What is it you want to know or learn, or what is it you want to watch? You always give me great feedback, and it really helps me when I'm developing my ideas for the channel. I have got loads of ideas, but I really want to know what you want to see, because at the end of the day I want to make content that you enjoy watching. So feedback please below. Thanks to everybody who has sent me pictures of your makes for the viewers make review, which I'll be doing very soon in the new year. There's still time to send pictures of your makes into this email address up here. Please tell us what pattern you've used. Is it a commercial pattern? Did you make the pattern? Did you hack the pattern? Where's your fabric from? Where are you from? What part of the planet are you from? What's your name? It's always nice to know who you are. And please send more in. The more the better. I've got quite a few already, as I said, and thank you to everybody who has sent them already. It's been great seeing them arrive in my mailbox. So please send them in. That's it for this week. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.